Going live. You're probably watching this after the fact because I just decided to do an impromptu session, and that's always challenging to get live viewers on an impromptu session. That's my fault. I should schedule these things. That would be nicer for everybody. All right, let me figure out my configuration here. There we go. Cool. Start drafting. I got a particular set of actions that I created for actually it's a script for Photoshop, and it makes a PDF be a green overlay like this, so it's real easy to trace. So I'm just working kind of clockwise now. I'm on Windows before I do any kind of exterior features, so I'll just be working through this. And as I'm working, people usually pick up a few tips and tricks as I'm going. So we'll kind of figure that out as I go. I'm going to turn on my auto exterior dimension tools, and we should be on an auto refresh. Yeah, it is. So there's a 4040. This needs to be a 26. There we go. 2660. And I like to just set the first window up as a default, just in case that's actually the case, but it might not be. 2660, and can't tell if it's a single casement or what. We're going to leave it as a single casement, and in our edit toolbar, set that as default, and then kind of just work around. So should be able to click off and then click back on, and it still has your window tool active. And also something I'm missing here, it looks like it's got a big exterior sill profile. We do in fact have an exterior sill profile on here. I'm just not showing it in my layers, so not sure. And then if you're on Facebook, you got to authorize StreamYard in order for us to see your name, for me to know who you are. Otherwise, you just look like this blank Facebook user saying, yo, yo, hey, how's it going? And then for everybody else that just joined, I'm just working on a regular session. So I'm happy to pause and go over tips and tricks if you want to know some stuff. That's always kind of the goal, is teach as I go. It keeps things interesting for me. That was just a quick concentric resize. If you don't know my pro plan, when I resize an item below 30 inches, it's going to automatically truncate my label. That's just a complicated macro. So some of these things might look different to you coming in here. And then let's see, I'm hitting the escape key. If you didn't know this, the escape key actually cycles back through previous tools that you had. So if by accident I just went to a tool that I didn't want to go to and I wanted to get back to my window tool, well, that would be easy enough for me to do just by hitting escape key. And I'm going to copy, paste, reflect about this room right here, but sometimes it's not going to pick up the room for some reason, even hovering over the wall. There we go. That's probably correct. And then I'll center these two in the room. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So just working clockwise through this plan to get this right. There's a 2.8. Interesting. 2.876. I have my numpad on my keyboard modified so that I have a foot and inch marker right next to my numpad. So that's kind of nice. And this is probably just copy, paste, reflect about. There we go. This is some open terrace that I haven't set up yet. And then when you have something enclosed with walls, it creates a room, right? So once you have a room, that changes the way that the window tool and the exterior door tool works. I'll show you what I mean here. I'm just going to pull a camera inside of this view. And if we were to draw in a window here like we wanted to, you're going to notice that it's designating a certain material on the window versus the exterior. It's designating a different material. That's because it's seeing this as an interior space, so it has a different set of defaults in terms of the materials being used. So that means I've got to kind of disconnect this wall for a second if I want to have a window here in place, and then I can hit that escape key a couple times to get back to that window tool if I didn't want to, have a hotkey for that window tool. Oh, this is that 7.6 again. Maybe I'll set that as the new default. It seems we've got a couple of these going on here. And then this was, oops, 2.876. default. This looks like it's got some kind of pony wall set up on it. 2440. Concentrically resize tab input 2 inches on either side. That gets you there. Garage door. Typically, this is going to be 16. So, what is that? 7 foot. Yeah. And then a 9. In my pro plan, my garage doors actually have a, if you can see this, well, maybe I got rid of them by accident. Typically, they have a shutters and they create a threshold. Oh, yeah, they're there. Creates kind of a realistic looking threshold in here. Kind of cool. All right, let's go door tool 30. Now, that should have been auto exterior kicking me in here. That's 11'5" to the center. That's way off. Oh, I don't have center line there. Okay. Probably center this room. Look, my label's overriding this. So I actually want this to be on top, this PDF here. So we can always change the draw order to very front. So 2450. What do we got here? 12660. And probably centered. Oops, off 1 inch. Mm-hmm. 10060. Let's just copy this. Why not? My math's a little off. Okay, that's centered. All right, window's done. Now I'm gonna start working through some like doorways. 3-4 doorway, that's great. What are they dimensioning to? They're dimensioning to the exterior side. That's fine. I'll conform that later. Pocket door. Hmm. Hey, thank you. Oh, you ran into an error. Do you get two different label styles? What happens is, so the Pro Plan label for Windows is looking for a layer that it's on. And so when you pull an elevation, there's an error from Chief's side, which is that the windows don't correctly report their label. I mean, their layer. Um, and so actually you're running into a problem that I could maybe fix for. So let's look at the macro for this because it's a complex macro. There's a couple of conditional statements here, and let's just zoom in. Let's see. Uh, ba, 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 ba. If layer set includes section or window layout, so that it's going to do something if those conditions are met. If it's condition for framing layer set, condition with the float. If layer case includes demo, that's another condition. I'll have to dig into this to see why this might not be showing up in this view. Because we'll notice that the exterior doors are showing up just fine. So part of the problem with this is that Chief is not correctly reporting. If we look at object properties, when we look at, it's going to report layer correctly, but it's not necessarily going to report layer set correctly. So layer set is looking at working layer set. So something about that conditions not being met. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll have to mess around with that. I was going to run into it anyways, I'm sure, but um, looks like something new that I did. I did a new trick where if you put this on the demo layer, so let's just look at this real quick. If we put this on a demo layer, meaning that I'm going to use the layer painter and I'm going to choose my demo layer, and let's just spray this, you're going to see that it's window to be removed, see proposed plan. So that's the last edit that I made to it. So somehow my scripting is not taking into account that elevations don't correctly report the layer set. Um, so yeah, look for an update on that. I'll have to put that out. More complex the pro plan gets, the more these little details, lingering details kind of slip by. I'll have to figure that out. But you know, we release new updates pretty quickly. What is this even? This is the got it drawn as a single casement. That's one big single casement. So I would say this is a quad. But you know what? I don't think I've had to do that before. How do we split? How do we split options, tempered glass levels, vertical stack? Because we can get a triple casement. How do we make a quad? I don't think I've had to do that. So this is just going to be a mold unit, which is probably how it's actually being made, right? And it's probably maybe the two centers are fixed. We have no idea. No idea. So in this menu, we could just say right hand is fixed. And then this is going to be left hinge. Circle about, select the two, mold the unit. Looks like this door is slammed here. Oh, this is the shower door. I'm being goofy. I'm going to use my bath tools for this. So what do we have? We're going to have a full wing wall here. I like to draw in a CAD line for this because you can easily draw these walls when you have something to snap to. And then in my shower tools, you can snap in a half wall to this extent, probably right in there. And I just like to draw this in. Well, CAD lines make it real easy to make this precise. And then that's a curb wall. Then we'll just do my shower door. And then a fixed panel. edit the fixed panel if I can get to it. Huh. Interesting. Doesn't want to let me. What's going on here? Oh, it won't draw in the fixed panel. All right, let's expand this, then draw it in. Or actually, this is just supposed to be a curb. That's my problem. Oops. Curb fixed panel is not drawing in correctly. Weird. Look at that, draws halfway through the curb from the floor. Huh, weird. Oh, funny. That's an error as well. 9 9/16. There we go. That should look correct. Beautiful. Turn that into a shower room. Little backsplash. They have a big old window in their shower. That's interesting. That seems very odd to me. I wonder if my node jam tool works on this. I think it might. It does. Look at that. Isn't that clever? Except for that it removes casing on the exterior. Maybe not right. So we'll see. Yeah, clearly don't remove casing on the exterior. Let's go back that out a little bit. I need to remove casing on interior only. All right, let's see how the rest of the shower plays out. It's this wall right here continues this way. And we got that same floor to ceiling panel right here, which we can't select because the designation's wrong. We're gonna go figure out where this is. This is 025. So in my library browser, 025. Open this bad boy up and fix him. There we go. Should be able to still undo. Yeah. One more undo. It's still coming in at a funny underfloor thing going on here. Oh, too wide again, I guess. Should probably account for that. Make this narrow from the get-go. There we go. Isn't that nice? And then flip the hinge assembly. It's looking almost right. Almost right. This should be, I mean, the way they have this drawn, there's no way they're putting a little tiny itty bitty panel here. They're probably binding the hinge straight to the corner. And so in which case we want to switch this out for a 90-degree in our hardware. So our hinges, double hinge, this should bring us up to a 90. And let's see, we're looking at exterior versus, if we show the wall in, I think I have this drawn wrong. Yeah, I do. So plate corner bracket, other plate corner bracket. There we go. That right? Nope, I'm slipping. I had it right the first time. Dang it. Oh, as a door handle. So no, we just need to invert this. How are we inverting this? Plate corner bracket. Oh, we're just changing the swing side. I'm being a goof. Duh. There we go. I'm slipping. I am slipping. Yeah, isn't that nice? I'll show you, since you're here, I'll show you the new action. Boy, was that a pain in the butt to do. Let's just show you. All right, Photoshop real quick. So, let's just do it the old-fashioned way, where we're opening a PDF, and let's just pick a page like page 15. And then here's essentially what it's doing. PDF comes in as a PNG, and you can see that some stuff is just gone, right? I'm going to clip this out so we're not putting someone's title block in here. And so we do have some fill, and that's because of where this graphic came from, was a copy paste from something that's not a digitized PDF. So it still has white fill. So if you want to apply green to this, you got to deal with this area up here. So there's so many ways you can do it. Something I learned, which is kind of new and neat to me, is you can add a solid color adjustment layer that's white, and then set your blending mode to difference, and that's going to highlight in black everything that's white, which is kind of cool, because then if you're just to stamp this layer based on that, and from the stamp say we want to select a color range and you pick black, right? So now all you have to do is delete this layer and delete the underlying color fill layer, and then click on mask, and let's see, what does that get us? No, we need to, yeah, click on mask. It's going to generate a mask, then invert the mask. And then undo my crop. Get off the crop tool. But that's it. It removed the background here. You know, kind of new, kind of neat, kind of cool. So if you're trying to mask a particular color in a document, that's the way you could do it. I'm doing something totally different in this action script, which is, let me just start a new document. So we just have something. Run this script, and it prompts what page we want. 14 in this case, something like that. And now it just selects a color range, and it selects the color range true white. So anything that's not true white is not going to get selected. So it's doing that for you, and then it's applying a green clipping mask to that layer once it's processed. And then it exports and it's gone. And suddenly it's in your folder. So that's how that green overlay is coming in. Nice to be able to just pick a page and go, especially if you only need to trace like one page or something. If any of that made sense. Sorry if it didn't. Still doing my math wrong. Let's see. Here we go. All right, what else we got? Sure, I'll place a toilet because it's here. What just happened there? That was weird. Funny. Valuation error. 8-foot header for 2440 window. Yeah, okay. 2440. Mm, mm. Bump, 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 bump. I need to set my bumps up when I start a plan like this. I like this. Usually I'm only using bumps infrequently and also do 1/8 inch increment, but it's nice to set it up as 1 inch increment. Oh, I hate that it defaults to showing the snap grid. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, so, well, I guess I didn't demonstrate how it's being done. So open, same thing, PDF, and then it's picking a page, or you pick a page, whatever. And let's just crop out this guy's title block real quick. And then it's, in this case, it's just doing this. It's selecting a color range, targeting a color, zero fuzziness, so it's only targeting white. And then it's literally hitting the delete key. So I don't like that as much, because it's not always perfect. And I mean, maybe really before it even does that, let's just do a deselect. It should probably um, do like a brightness contrast or a levels. A levels would be good because levels then, if it just, let's see, shrunk down the white range and brought up the mid range, then it'd probably be easier, and stamp it. And then it'd probably be easier to do a select color range from here or curves and then delete. And then it's doing just a solid color, neon green, and saying it's going to clip to the layer below. Oh, except for we had a mask on this. We shouldn't have. Oops. There we go. It's a big old door. Big old door with side lights. Let's see our side lights. For 6. That's a 2/6. They don't have it drawn quite right, unless I don't have this set up. Oh, there we go. 0 inch between them. There you go. And 2680. Assuming all the doors in this plan are 80. Staircase ought to be fun. I'm missing some of the exterior details, but I like to do those once I understand the entire plan, all levels. (18 foot 10). Geez. All right. Oh, missing a doorway here, huh? Mm, mm, mm. So door walks in a great room, fireplace, shelving unit, built in. What is this? Probably a kitchen. It's crazy how you draw enough of these, you start just understanding what might be there, even if you haven't studied it. So yeah, kitchen, some kind of butler's pantry or prep kitchen, maybe. who knows what. Walk through garage. Might as well set this up as a garage. We don't know what the height of it is yet, but there we go. Okay. What is this? What just happened? Oh, this is my it's my terrain coming in through the garage. For some reason, it's not getting cut correctly. We'll have to see. What is this? Probably bathrooms, laundry. We're missing a doorway here. Or are we? Oh, missing a doorway here. Oops, two. Okay. But look at this little step right here. Isn't that funny? Why is it putting that there? That's odd. Something busted in my walls. Hmm. Figure it out later. What is this? This is a funny little room. Is this a bedroom? Office, maybe? Office. There it is. Pattern, office, closet. And then we got stairs down to up. Okay, so let's see what happens when we change the number here. Page 3 to page 4. What do we got now? This is going to be what? What room is this? It's got to be below. Laundry room, craft room, exercise. Yeah, this is definitely down a level. Okay. Alt B, F for floor, or O for floor, and then new floor is, or we want to insert a new floor as I. Right around this time, before we do staircase, we should figure out what the height is from floor to floor and what the structure is. So that's when I want to open up a PDF and actually check this out. Study it for just a second. We'll try to get this to the point where I'm not sharing all the personal info with the world. Maybe I'll just do it off screen. Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourself. So I got a 10-foot floor to floor is what I've got, with 1'2" structure, 1'4" structure. So floor defaults, floor 1 has a 1'4" structure, probably TGIs, right? I joists, okay. And then it's height, rough ceiling height, plus 2 foot. So that's my floor 1. Floor 2 has a 1'2" ceiling structure. Same thing, probably I joists, probably. And rough ceiling height is 9 foot, so add 12 inches. Simple as that. Now we can start tracing again. So let's go up a level. Let's grab this, copy, paste, hold. Even though it didn't line up. This is a pet peeve with an architect. Doesn't line up. Isn't that a pain? So let's go study this up above. So let's set this back to page 3. Oh, interesting. Reassociating all of a sudden changes the scale. How strange is that? It changed it to the clipping of the bounding box there. That's annoying. I've never seen that before. So 83'4". Let's go. Bam. Crazy. You can be in this software for so long and still learn new things about it all the time. Look at this. This is doing grid snaps right now. That's annoying. Use snap grid unit. Okay. Oh, where did I snap? This corner. This corner? This corner. There we go. Okay. Now let's try this again. Copy. Paste hole. And hopefully. Yeah, that doesn't seem to hold position at all. Look, we can tell. So let's just do it based on this corner as an obvious one. Let's see if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Ish. Ish. Look at all these elements not lined up. Okay. Hmm. All right. So now some of this is a little bit more aligned. Interesting. Not really, though. This needs to be rescaled. Huh. So the PNG exported at a different size. Let's try this. 83.4 again. No, see, this wants to be lined up, I would think. Yeah, boy, these are way out. Very strange. Hard to kind of deduce what might have been happening from floor to floor, since it doesn't seem that any architectural elements are lining up. Very, very strange. Might be an error in the PDF. It's not the first time. Look at how off this is. Definitely off. We go look at the floor above. Oh, that one's arbitrary. Okay. That's snapped in for some reason, so it is lining up with something. Roof below. This must be a top floor. I must be wrong. This must be exchanged. Oh, that would make a lot more sense. I need a break. Been working too long. Okay. That would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? Exchange with floor above. Dang it. So now I gotta go back to that PDF and look at something. Let's see. So there's one top floor then. Uh, okay. There's a basement. There's a walkout basement level. It's hard to read. All right. So this should be 12. Come on. -12. It's not giving me a minus key. Minus? Oh, my minus key is not working. All right. -12. And this is -2. Funny that you can exchange with floor above, but it doesn't retain the floor settings there. I guess that makes sense. A little cantilever here. Does this line up with anything? It does. Probably means this lines up with something. No, it doesn't. Exterior wall. It's probably an interior wall that's completely encompassed by a roof plane on this side, which is why it's drawn smaller. All right. Work out the details in a bit. Let's turn on the reference display. Anything lining up here? No, it's not. What is this? This is an exterior wall right here. Interesting. Exterior wall. Below. Yeah. Roof below. So why are we showing? This will always draw about the interior side. So I don't know why I just brought that to the exterior side. There we go. Draws interior side. Snaps to this. Always like to train myself on some new tricks and tips. So using that escape key to get back to previous tool as opposed to just choosing the interior wall tool. I think that's a nice change to my workflow. I'm not perfect at it yet, so we'll see how that goes. But so like say I want to go to the door tool, yeah, draw the door in as I go just because I'm a spaz and feel like doing it because I'm here, and then escape to get to the previous tool to keep drawing walls. I don't know, kind of like it. Let's just make sure we're snapped here. Yeah. Okay. Extend this through. This is a funny one. So interior side's on the left-hand side. So if I stop it here, it should draw perfectly right there. Yep. Hmm. Oops. Let's try it again. There we go. And to F, I bounce between F and space constantly to switch between previous tools and select. Yeah, no, I'm liking it. To F, what's F out of the box? Only thing I don't like about that is I compound all my hotkeys. So if I'm using a single letter key like F, then that means I'm also taking up Control F, Shift F, Control Shift F, Alt Control Shift F, and Control F is a system key for find. So that's why I wouldn't use that for it. To each their own. Uh, let's see if I do Alt TKK and how do we even find F? What would be using F? I'm sure I didn't change it out of the box. I don't think. Control is find replace. Shift F is already Alt Shift F framing defaults. Yeah, I definitely didn't bind anything to F, but I guess that's okay if nothing's already bound to it. Hmm. Oh, just get in your home. Get in your home. Man, they like to bounce around door sizes like it's no tomorrow. And then doorway. Oh, can't do a doorway without a wall. Why am I not picking up centers? Let's see. 1 second, if I can figure out how to second. There's no pause in the live stream. Dang it. I'm going to mute for a second. All right. Still seeing the show a jam there. I thought I turned those off. Doesn't matter how many times I draw, I always forget what side going west to east, which side it draws from. I don't know why I can't remember that every time. How the heck do you get into the laundry craft room? This weird hallway? That's a weird design. Fun. All right, here's a little tip. We're going to have a railing here for a staircase. Just draw it with a normal wall would be my tip right there. And then designate it as a railing once you break it. Looks like this is a railing with a doorway. Oh, so don't break it first. Let's draw the doorway in first. Doorway that still has jams for some reason. Let's go no jam. So they're saying what? They're not giving me a dimension for this. So then this goes to here. And that's really where I want my break. There we go. And then let me just draw in, if I can draw from that snap point. No, it's not going to let me. Let's go. There we go. So now that's a railing and this is a railing. It just doesn't follow my default rail style now, which I had set up. But that's easy to fix later on. Really, this should just be continued forward, broken, and then brought. Let's see, that's a top step right there. This should be brought up like so. And just need to make sure there's a little section here for that in between. Yeah, I like to fix stuff like that in 3D. Oh yeah, the F key is a system key for fillet. Yeah. What are you doing? So then how are you doing a fillet? Or are you just never doing it? Uh Evil Dead's downstairs. Right now I'm on this one's called Triptych. Um I don't even know how I can move my camera for that because it's very, very fixed to my desk. I could get I need a second camera source for something like that. Yeah, Evil Dead's downstairs. I'm definitely gonna do some more shots of that once I get it all dialed in. I'm gonna go. I was gonna get panels cut, but then I was at a hardware store. They had acrylic sheets. They're really thin, but whatever. I'm gonna go dig in my garage to see if I got a router bit that'll work on it, or maybe I'll even be just a gross human being and use a grinder with like a cutoff wheel and do it that way and just take a little bit more work, but whatever, I could get it done. I'd love to find someone that's like Etsy 3D printer, really easy way to get my own Evil Dead decals made. I probably could find it. I shot out a message earlier today, so we'll see. I even went to comic book store this weekend to see if they had any Army of Darkness or Evil Dead comic books. Kind of funny. You're just never filleting anything ever? Okay. How are you doing your plot plans? Or well, yeah, no, I guess you can get her. What else would I be filleting? I fill it all the time. I guess you're not making symbols, huh? That's funny. Boy, I am not the picture of efficiency right now. I think I'm a little side brained. Oh, well, we'll be getting a bunch of pictures of it once we got it. We'll have to reassemble it at the summit. So once it's assembled at the summit, I'm sure people are going to want to, take some pictures of it. And I'm hoping by then I have it really dialed out. In fact, I'd love to get it featured with AMD since they have been sponsoring me. And that thing's running a 7800. And it's so impressive how fast it is for how old that processor is. So, and then if AMD wants to, oops, I used new walls. If AMD wants to, just because the build is so cool, they could give me a new micro ITX, and then it could be a true AMD build. But I love how impressively fast it is, considering it's an old 6900K Xeon. Like something about that makes me proud of it. It's like the old workhorse. Like this computer I'm on, lightning fast. This is the AMD 7850 3XD or something. The heck is it? I can't remember now. 78 53XD. Is that what it is? Yeah. 7950 X3D. 7950 X3D. 16 core 16 core 32 thread. Yeah. And it's got a massive L3 cache is the thing with this thing. 128 megs of L3 cache is huge. Huge, 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 and I don't have it overclocked. I don't even know, like, that you need to. It's so like, there's never a time where I'm working in this machine where it's slowing down, and I mean, we got Photoshop open right now, Adobe Acrobat, Chrome, multiple tabs, multiple windows. We're streaming, Chief's open, Discord's open, and I could pull up Adobe Premiere and I could pull up like Blender and Substance, and nothing's going to slow it down. So it's pretty cool. And everything fires up so fast, except for the machine itself. The machine itself takes so long to boot. That's kinda wild. I'm surprised at that, but I think it has to do with that L3 cache or something about the RAM. It's like it's doing something with the RAM when it's booting up. Not sure. Be interesting to throw a RAM disk in here. I haven't done that in a while. Throw a RAM disk in here and throw the user library on it and throw the regular library on it and just see what it does, because that would be fun. So why did you overclock yours? Like, I mean, I don't see any reason why it can't. It's water cooled. It's an what is it? AIO water cooled. Um, but like, it's just you overclock it because you can, right? Because it'll do it. Yeah, because I'm a there you go. Because I'm a nerd. You overclock it because you can. Because why not? Because it doesn't. Yeah, why not get the benefit? I do have Evil Dead overclocked. And so it's overclocked from 3.2 gigahertz to 4 gigahertz. And so it's clocking at a single thread speed at a 12900K, which is pretty good. Um, but the multi-threads, it's just slow. It's an old processor, whatever. So I just make sure I'm closing programs. It'll still run Chief in Photoshop, no problem. What is that? Oh, it's a 1 inch off. You ever done any custom water cooling, water blocks, tube bending, all that stuff? That really expensive stuff that seems a little bit more than I wanna spend money on? Oh, let's see, how are these windows set up? 4 windows. What the that's not right. That's gonna be yeah. Hmm. 4 windows, and we don't know the distance between yeah, we do. 3030. Is there 4 inches in between? That's not right. 2 inches in between. What is that? 4 inches in between. Mm-mm. Oh, you did, huh? That stuff's really expensive to do. The nice part about it is it lasts forever, kind of, right? Okay, you send me a message on Discord. Let's check you out. Let's check this out. Look at that pretty thing. That is a massive tube coming out of that CPU. You're going from the CPU to your GPU's block, huh? Yeah, that's a big old tube coming out of that thing. Cool. Very Star Wars-esque. Yeah. You put all that time and effort in, and then you just got a rolled laminate countertop. I'm going to call you out. Didn't tuck your wires under your desk. I should not talk. I've been working on my office room forever. These are all 4 O's. Previous tool, shift marquise, tool selective, restrictive selection. And what was this supposed to be? I already forgot. 4O. Now, why would they do a different distance in between? Huh? Why? 8 inches in between? Dang it. 9 inches in between. Still doing this wrong. Sort yourself out. There we go. And you still use that desk? Nice. CPU and GPU were on custom blocks. GPU was fun. Oh, and you got more pictures of it? Yeah, let's check it out. Oh, gotcha. I see it. Gallery link. Oh, that's a nice pic of that. Yeah, it looks very cool. All lit up at night. Isn't that fun? On night lights. Does that mean you're working at night a lot? Oh, you're gaming. Gotcha. Let's see. Oh, you did a little Imager lets you kind of do a blog, huh? Is that a Be Quiet fan? Is that what that is? And there's your overclocks. Oh, it's a Cooler Master. Big old Cooler Master. This is the whole process, huh? Yep, you got that water block going. Thermal pads on everything. Oh, that's your reservoir. Yeah, isn't it like starting price like $400 on this stuff? Hmm. Um, Yeah, anybody watching this want to know what the heck we're even going on about on the Rabbit Design feed, Discord server, and the chat room? I've been building this computer, little mini ITX board with a 7900 XTX and an SFX power supply unit, and then this is for my just temp readouts. This is magnetic, so it just pops on anywhere I want to put it on the machine itself. And then next up is got to cut some acrylics. I have these stickers ordered, but I think I might actually get these printed instead. And then this covers the main board on the other side, but it leaves a couple inches. And then all these wires have since been, I ripped apart the ribbon cables here just so that I could weave them and zip tie them. But I've thought about repinning them, but it's a pain in the butt to find repins for an SFX SFX power supply unit. And that's a lot of work. And then braiding it and all that stuff. I might do that after the summit instead. Maybe. We'll see. How's it going, design workspace? ZNH? Yeah, $1,000 for just for cooling? That's wild. Yeah, I think like kits even start at like 600, and that's if you manage to order everything perfectly the first time around. Like that's wild. And considering AIO coolers are like $70, that's a pretty hard expense to incur just for some looks, you know. Yeah, sure, it works better for the graphics card, but I don't know, this graphics card gets out of date so fast. I'm like, eh, that's a sunken cost. And but here I am spending an exorbitant amount of time, wrong word, but just a lot of time on my stupid mechanical keyboard getting it set up the way I want it. And yet my minus key isn't working right now. All right, this is -2. Yeah, I need to do -2. In fact, I'm gonna fix that right now. Minus key is not functioning. Why not? Probably because the pin got, yep, obliterated pin. Dang it. And why do they sell the keys online at like 40 packs? Because you know you need 96 keys, which means you got to order 3 40 packs. Let's see if I can get this pin to go in. Minus key. Let's see. Minus. There we go. Working again. Do they have a student? I think they do have a student program. I think you got to go onto their website though for that. Let's see. Academic software educational licenses for schools lab pack. Yeah, it's here. Here's the here it is. We'll pin this comment. Doing stupid things. Doing stupid things. Here we go. 2450. I underbid this project. No big surprise. Typical. Nice if we had a window set and offset. Because otherwise you got to do the math here. Because what is this? This is, so you divide by 2. Now we got a center line. And then these are 2, 4, 6, 10 between, so 6 inches. Right? Because how do you get, they don't make this easy. It's funny. So really you got to set this, bring this over to 4. So we're going 2 foot 10, and then take these 2 and center. And that wasn't correct. Should have been 6 inches in between. And I have the wrong size window. Of course. Man, cadet today. Not included in that list. Oh, that is unfortunate. Talk to your teacher. See about getting group pricing if you want to try to get it implemented in your institute. Who's this? Nice to meet you. Follow your publication because I want to learn cheap, but couldn't find who. I currently live in North Carolina. I'm Latino. I'm an architect, and I use CAD and SketchUp for project development. My strength is architectural viz. If at any time you'd like to see my portfolio, I'll gladly show it to you. I chew through work so quickly that I never end up needing services from other people. But I would say go get on the for hire groups. Let's see if we can give you a link to that real quick. We have a for hire Discord group, which has been dormant, but it has a scraper on it that's nice. So I'll give you the link to that is here. It's been really dead this last quarter though. So good luck on that. Check that in the comments. And then I have a couple groups I manage that are for hire groups for chief architects. Let's go for hire. Here's one. Check in the comment. And then got one more here. One more. Here we go. Two 2876. Oops. Math. Math is rough today. Roof below. Interesting. Pull that back. Three 3052. Roof system on this project is going to be pretty elaborate. Not necessarily looking forward to it. Shiplap TV wall. Interesting. All right, what else do we have here? Door to wall elevator. Nice. This got out of alignment for some reason. Still got to deal with the staircase. Kind of do those last, honestly, once I kind of conform dimensions. Door. What's this? Pocket door. Oh, oops. Thanks. Thanks. No, check the comments section for any of those for hire groups if that's what someone was looking for. So I got to look for the Facebook comments that I have in there. You should all be pinned to Facebook or YouTube if you're on my YouTube channel, which is what is my YouTube channel? Let's see if I can't figure that out real quick. I think it's yeah. Oops, I clicked on it instead of copying it. Copy. Copy? Nope. Here's my YouTube channel. Okay, time to go to another level. See if we can't. I'm going to copy this. Let's see. I'm going to insert a floor first. So alt floor, no, alt, oops, B, O, and I don't want to insert floor from here. I got to remember this. Alt B, O, and then I is insert. And this is going to be 8 foot, and I don't know what the structure is. So see if we can't copy this, paste, hold. And I think when we change the reference to the image, it resizes. But maybe not. Oh, that's not what I need there. Let's see. Where's my PDF? Which page do I need? Oh, nice. They got a roof plan view here. I'm missing page 1. That's what I need. No, never mind. That's not it. Page. Oh, it's page 2. Okay. There's that 80 foot. Let's just make sure. Maybe this other line. Ish. Yeah. Mostly. Yeah. These are bigger foundation walls down here. Fact, it looks like foundation and slash pony wall. So it looks like they're showing us the main layer up here. If this is main layer, overall thickness 5. So yeah, that would make sense because it's a 2x6 exterior up here. And then, except for that would be very funny that it'd have a 2x4 interior below. Very strange. All right. So I'm going to do something here. Default settings, walls, general wall, main outer surface in this case, main layer outside. Main layer outside for now. And then I'm going to select all these. Oops. Hold on. Oh, that's not working. There it is. Nope. I got a hotkey getting in my way. Funny. I'm showing siding 4 existing. I want this to be siding 6 existing. I'm going to have to adjust a lot based on this. Dang it. I'm going to have to fix all my exterior walls, I think. I think this is drawn incorrectly. So this is really 2x4 sitting on top of a stem wall. And then what the heck is this then? It doesn't make any sense. It's aligned on the exterior side and it's wider than the walls below. That seems very odd. They're showing the full wall assembly up above and then just the framing down below. That's very odd. Or they're showing a stem wall with a big brick facade and the walls up above align on the brick, because that's very odd. Shoot. I gotta go check this out. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a weird one because that's really gonna mess me up. Two by four wall above, 2x6 wall below. Oh, what is this? Basement to garage walls, basement to garage walls, basement with wall brick stone veneer. We got a 4-inch brick veneer, 2x4 walls above, 6-inch stem wall. Let's go look at this again. So that's our brick veneer, stem wall supporting walls above. This is our 2x4 wall above. That's correct. This is the inside of the 2x4 wall above. So this is like this. Let's see. Wait. This, oops. This is here. That's what's happening. Am I right? Am I wrong? Why am I struggling with this? Use reference. This helps my brain. Okay, here's my 2x4. Yeah. This is all 10-inch wide. About what, the exterior? 10-inch wide about the exterior. Okay. Let's see. What do you got? When is the library will be available in Chief Architect cracked version? Is the library will be available in the Chief Architect cracked version? Can I use SketchUp 3D Warehouse as a library? So, I can't endorse a cracked version on my stream. I also don't think that there's any way to get a cracked version past X9 if I've done my research correctly. I have owned my version outright for a long time, but I like to keep abreast with that because I'm an admin and a moderator in officially sanctioned Facebook groups for Chief Architect. So that's that part. And I highly doubt that you can have any kind of syncing to the library because it's now online based only. And so I don't know how you would qualify that because they're also checking your license online only as well, which is why I don't think there's any version past X9 that could actually work. Because that's when they changed that. So, and if you're using X9, man, that's a real old version, but have at it. I can't stop you. Can I use SketchUp 3D Warehouse as a library for models? Well, no, but you can import from SketchUp 3D Warehouse. Just keep in mind poly count's really high on a lot of items in SketchUp. Um, and then it's not maybe not have correct mapping. You're not going to have bump and normal maps. It's not going to be a realistic looking rendering out of the box. So you'd have to do a lot of work to get around that. There you go. Uh, all right, back to like trying to make sense of this whole thing because my brain's not working. So open this up and it's a 10-inch stem wall is what I want here. So we're going to go 16, but then I'm just going to go in here and say -6. That's going to create a new wall type for me automatically. And there we go. Except for that, I need to shift all these. Man, that's a bummer. I have to shift all these 2 inches out. How could you do that really, really quickly? Think about that for a second. How could you shift all these walls out? What, 2 inches, I think, is what I needed to do because I referenced. It's actually not 2 inches. I'll tell you exactly what it's coming from. It's coming from the wall assembly for siding for existing, which is this 3/4 plus 7/16 of an inch. I'm not going to do math. You can figure out what that is, or I should figure out what that is. That's so if I select this interior, let's just try this real quick. Make room polyline. And then I'm going to hold C, drag the, hold C or comma. Oh, this corner. Oops. Drag this out 90 degrees from itself. And then I said it was what? 7/16 plus 3/4 of an inch, 1 3/16. So there we go. That's my new, that's the one offset. Now let's copy, paste, hold, drag this out, and snap this an additional, dang it, what was it? 7/16. And let's try it again. Let's see. Let's go. Plus 3/4. There. So now what happens if I do a CAD to walls based on that? Let's get rid of all my existing walls. I really want to see if this will work. Oops. Dang it, my marquee select similar is not working. So there's my new walls. If I could do a CAD to wall here, that'd be great. I don't know that I'm saving any time. Window layer, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully it just does it for this view only. And then wall type 1 is going to be that new concrete inch stem wall. Within one is selected. Okay. Yeah, it did it. How slick was that? Easy. It adjusted everything out by that offset. That's cool. Save some time, I think. Yeah. All these are going to say that they're not aligned because why? Well, because the walls above default and their alignment default is going to be off because our actual detail in the PDF is that we got a brick veneer on that wall above. So I have to build this wall type out correctly. Also, there's gotta be a pony wall with this other type of wall as well. Challenging. I'll do this later. I don't care. I was just trying to get the interior side of this lined up so that I can pull off of my new 2 by 6 interior walls. And can't get close to the corner because it's gonna mess with me. Oops. Wait, what is it? Oh, and I need to mess with my general wall defaults again. Inner surface. And then what's that one? Another 2 inches, right? And that's somehow lining up with that whole staircase system. Cool. I mean, you weren't far off. You saw what we did. Um, just to generate a room molding based on the selection of the entire interior side of this. Right. So this is what we did. Make a room polyline. That's this one, right? And then, well, and now we've got it going around this stupid little detail. So got to fix that. So make room polyline, and then copy paste. Grab this round little node right here. Offset that by the thickness of your wall, right? So tab enter 10 inches, and then I just did CAD the walls from there. So that worked quite well. These aren't lining up with anything. Look at this. This one's off. That can't be right. It's got to be lined up with this piece up above. So this whole thing is off. Dang it. This has got to be here. Has to be. Merp. There we go. In fact, you can just come up here and change to contain selection mode, grab all this, copy, bring it down, paste. And look at this. This is off too. It's got to be there like that. Has to be. In fact, a lot of this is lined up. All this assembly, this whole thing, this guy. Looks like a lot of this is happening. Let's just make sure. What do we got here? So this is not here. This is something else. Oh no, that opening's there. Same way. But this is off. And it's a skinnier wall. No, it's not. 4.5 inches. Just tucked up tight here. No jam on this. Should be no jam on this as well. In fact, you can use the no jam tool in marquee mode and go. I don't think this applies to regular doors, does it? No. See, jam's still there. So it'll apply to doorways. So now I just made every doorway have no jam. Yep, that was quick. So I'm using my wall work point on the inside face. Yeah. That's my main thing. Well, I'm a remodeler mainly, so that's typically what I gotta do. Let's see, is this line up with anything? Nope. That is though. Bumpity bumpity bump. Not quite. Let's see, what's the trick here? Yeah, middle move. There we go. Middle move is the same as doing some funny stuff. Kind of playing around and see what kind of new tricks I can pull. Middle move button is you can move your wall kind of arbitrarily versus just dragging in and out, right? So middle mouse button gets you this, and then click left and right mouse to cancel the action. That's how I learn stuff. I just start goofing around. So curious is why I can't get this wall alignment issue to go away. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, like look at this. This is what is this? There's got to be a furring wall that goes in front. I'll figure that out later too. Same thing. Furring walls in front. Yeah, this downstairs area is going to be real fun. Typically are kind of difficult on these little McMansions. Sometimes I'll do a wall inside of a wall detail for something like this, especially because it's got some kind of transition like this goofiness right here. So yeah, I might make this a furring wall, go in front of that whole section. Yeah, we got quite a bit of funny things happening down here. It's going to be challenging down here. This is for a different show. So I'm not struggling in front of everybody. Yeah, furring wall everywhere. Let's see. How do I have this lined up? Let's do a back clip right here. Oh, funny. I got a huge stem wall. I set floor 0 up that way for some reason. Get in the floor 0. No. Hold on, nation. What do we have going? Minimum height 22. Why is that so wild? Hmm. So right now, stem wall's aligned on the exterior surface. Which technically that'll be correct when I build this other assembly. What's this other assembly? It is 4-inch. So it's a what? Call it a 2.5-inch brick, 3.5-inch brick, 3.5-inch brick, half-inch air gap? No. 3 5/8 inch. That should be 3 5/8 unless it's. What other brick sizes might that be? A 3 maybe? 3-inch brick? That makes sense. 3-inch brick with an 1-inch air gap. 6-inch stem. Okay. Let's do it. Why not? Brick 8. Oops, where's brick 8? Brick 6. Brick 6. Let's copy this. So, what do we got? We got the solid concrete. This is solid 6. Make it so you can see this when I'm doing this. Solid 6, we gotta get rid of this. Sure. Insulation here is 1-inch, 3-inch brick. That's correct. 1/2-inch interior. Is that correct? It's over here. No, because I got a furring wall in front of it, in front of these walls, mainly. Okay. So this is brick 6 copy. This is going to be my. Oops. I'm messing with the wrong one. Rename. This is going to be. Stem wall. And no drywall on the interior side. Bam. And so I want to select all these walls and not the interior walls. What's an easy way of doing that? They don't really have the greatest way of doing this. Alt-T schedule L for, yep, L. And select all these. There we go. So all these are going to get a pony wall. And it's going to be the 10-inch stem with the, where's our new brick one? Brick with stem. And we're going to align what? We're going to align the inner surface. There it is. Fun. And what is the elevation of this? We don't really know. We don't really know. Probably 7 feet. Just like that. Yeah, that's about right. So now I got to copy this assembly and put this on the exterior side of some of the walls up above. Yikes. Okay. And that resized about the interior. So let me use the layer hider. Kick this off for a second. Turn reference on. Okay, so now the exterior is lined up here. But I'm going to have to fix this on a wall-by-wall basis because some of these are brick and some are not. Yeah, like all this over here is not brick facade, and then over here it is. Yeah, I think I got to study the plans before we go any further. I'm missing some details. Come on, show us the struggle. I am showing. I'm very much struggling. I need to go study this. I thought I could just do it off, off a whim, but I mean, this makes sense for these exterior walls right here. We'll make that new style. So like, okay, let's just do this one for instance. Citing for existing, let's define it. Let's not use this. Let's instead go to that new wall we just created, which was brick with stem. Let's copy this. Let's say brick sod. We can rename it later, whatever. And then this is where this becomes a 3.5 inch, but the facade's still there, and we are all purpose build platform to exterior of layer. And we're technically calling the platform the concrete below. I need to go look at that wall type. Let's see. This is brick facade. This is brick with stem. Yeah, we're saying 6-inch offset. And if we look at the PDF, we are building the framing to the exterior of the 6-inch offset. Correct? No, it's minus a sheathing layer. So there's sheathing in between. Okay. Back to chief. So we need sheathing here. Insert above, move up 3/4 inch, or maybe it's a 3/8 inch. Actually looked pretty small. So maybe it's 3/8 inch. Must be hertz, maybe. Ditch the pattern. Oops. Why is that gray? That's funny. There you go. All right, so now wall properties, build flat to exterior of layer, and then this is going to be to exterior layer of speed hertz, and then this is going to change to framing. Framing. For framing, sure. And this is, oh shit, I'm messing with the brick with stem. Dang it. Messing with the wrong one. Try that again. Does it let me cancel out of that? I hope so. Yeah, it did. Okay. Let me make a copy of this. Yeah. Let's try this again. Oops. Define 3.5 for framing. Insert above. Move that up. Wall properties. Build platform dimension to foundation. Foundation to exterior of platform to exterior of SB hertz. Okay. Now, if we line this below and take a look at our below wall assembly, look at that. The offset's correct. Okay, so if I line this up correctly and go down a level and line this up, now we're in the correct spot-ish. Look at that, which means we'd have to copy this, right? Or cut it or whatever you want to do. Your hotkeys are set up for. Yeah, that's correct. And now you got to mess with all these. What a pain. And get rid of this polyline. This still is not drawing in correct on this assembly. Or I'm not really sure what they're showing us here. They're showing a huge double dash on the front of this thing now. Best way to do that wing wall, do a different wall type. Or you know what? Another thing you could do, Sean, is because we want to I mean, this is how they have it drawn, but clearly they're not showing that facade wrap, the corner, right? So what I would be doing is let's copy this, or actually let's just extend this out. Let's break it, or it, it remained broken. Brick with stem, pony wall, etc. Okay. So I actually want to get rid of the pony wall in this case. And then brick with stem. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a furring wall, essentially. So it's like a facade. The main layer, what's the main layer become? What happens when we can't, let's see, can't delete the main layer. So you're going to move something down in order to be the main layer. Could put all three of these in the main layer. It's just going to affect some build things. So you have to mess with wall properties. But if we made this the main layer, oh, and I forgot to copy, dang it. Always remember to copy first. Okay, let's try this again. Move down, delete. Now you just have, yeah. Now you just have this facade that you can line up here and wrap and then infill. What's that end up looking like? Let's see. I'm not sure. This is auto building. That's what's happening here. We got some foundation that's auto building and extending up through this. So you would have to make sure that you're still kicking a main layer in through here that avoids that auto build. So whatever this dimension is, you've got to infill this with something with the main layer that will kill that foundation auto build. And then you've got a wrapped wing wall. I'm going to address this a little bit later, though. Or you could build a wall type that has, you know, that same setup on either side. So that's another way of doing it. Let's see what happens there. So we got this. Again, extend this forward. This isn't going to be perfect, but I'll just show you anyways. Break this. Let's copy this wall type. Brick with stem. We're going to set this to something like 3 after I copy. Gotta keep remembering to copy. Set this to 3, and then you just take these and go insert below, move down, insert below. That makes a copy of that layer, right? Move down, insert below, move down. And now we have a full wrapped wall assembly. So that's another way of doing it. It's just tricky when you try to get into alignment and everything and snaps. But there you go. There's the snaps. And it should generate. Yeah, so this is auto-generating stem. Oh, that's what's going on here. I got some funny settings in my floor-to-floor defaults. My first floor seems to be, yeah, my first floor is off. That's what's going on. Oops. Anyways, that does in fact build a wrapped wing wall that's got some kind of breaking issue, probably from something else. This house is going to look so different when it's done. It's got so many like multi-pitched, cool kind of roof lines. All right. I think I need a break. Put in 2 hours on this. Yeah. Definitely not the fastest 2 hours I've ever put in, but that's okay. I'll have to show this one when it's done. Should be good. Anybody got any last Questions, comments, stuff you want me to show you? Tricks, tips? All right. I'll check you guys another time. I'll have to do this again. Had some good interaction today. So thanks for joining. I'll see you next time.